Two more people have been arrested at a Palmyra home that was seized of drugs. Officials say they arrested 46-year-old Jennifer Height and 43-year-old Jamie Ramsdell at a home on Madawaska Road. Height was charged with aggravated trafficking and violating conditions of release. Ramsdell was also charged with aggravated trafficking and was put on probation held following the new charges. The two were arrested on a second search warrant at the house following the first one on August 29th, which resulted in the seizure of cocaine, fentanyl, a loaded pistol, drug-related paraphernalia, and hundreds of dollars in suspected drug money. 29-year-old Kasim Smith of Worcester was arrested as a result of the first search warrant.